Hey guys, Awesome Guy 803 here with the TNA Impact review for the 13th of December 2012. And the show started out with Rude coming out and asking why, threatening A's and Eights, asking why they didn't help him after he made a deal with them to help him beat Jeff Hardy. So, he's pretty peed off after that. And then they come out and they say, well, they got a better offer, and they don't really care about them not taking their offer. They got a better offer, and they wanted more money, so that's how that starts. And then they stand up to the ring as if they're Doc and Devon look like they're gonna attack Rude or something. And then Jeff Hardy, TNA World Heavyweight Champions music hit, and him and James Storm come running out and they knock Doc and Devon out of the ring, and then by that time Bobby Roode had got out of the ring. So by that time, and then they challenged them to a tag team match later tonight. So that happens, and after Sky's return to TNA last week, she had a match against Madison Rayne, which she won with her finisher. And next week, Tara will defend her championship on Championship Thursday against an unknown diva that Brooke Hogan will decide. So then there was Garrett Bishop and Wes Briscoe, which are Kurt Angle's well, you could call them trainees. Yeah, he kind of trained them. He's apparently been with them from high school. So yeah, they face Robbie T and win it. They win that match, and then after the match, some masked Ace and Ace guy just comes running up to Angle, hits the back of his knee with a baseball bat, and runs up again. So then afterwards, you see Angle being treated by the medical, saying it's just a bit swelling and stuff, and announced that Angle will face Devon for the television championship next Thursday on Championship Thursday. Doc and some guy, masked unknown Ace and Eights guy, thought it might be Devon, but it wasn't. It was just some random guy. There's Jeff Hardy and James Storm, and there's a lot of going. Hardy's been in, tired, gets Storm starts being the other guy out with fresh legs, Doc, and then he tags back Hardy, and they do a bit of teamwork. Hardy slams Storm into the masked guy, the masked guy by this point, and then Storm goes down on a chair. Hardy runs up, steps on it, and jumps into them, and then Hardy and this masked guy, the legal men. So the Ace and Eights come in and start attacking James Storm and Jeff Hardy, but they just keep picking them off by one. So there's just all the Aces and Eights are down, and then Jeff Hardy hits the twist of fate on the masked guy that was the two legal men, gets a 1, 2, 3, wins the match, and then him and James Storm are outside the ring celebrating. When the Aces and Eights get together, Devon says, "You want to know who gave us a better offer? It was Austin Aries." And then you have a backstage segment with Hulk Hogan and Bobby Roode. Hulk's like, "Did you hear that? Have you seen Aries?" And all the people are like, "No, I haven't seen it." And Roode comes up saying, "Did you hear that, Hulk?" And then Hulk's like, "You're no better than him," and stuff like that. So, but he orders Aries to come and wants answers by the end of the night. So we'll hear that later. So AJ comes out after he's lost Christopher Daniels, and he's a bit of a sad promo really, and he says, "I'm sick of being the nice guy and always doing things right, doing things for other people." So he says, "From now on, I'm gonna do things my way," which sounds like a heel turn, which could be good for AJ. I wouldn't mind AJ being a heel. He's been a bit terrible as a good guy lately, so he would probably be a good thing for him. So yeah, that happens, and then there's Bully Ray against Jesse, Tara's boyfriend, which is the most why the hell they've got this match. I don't know. I mean, if you look at Bully Ray, he's a really stocky guy. He's one who's beating those people up. He's held the tag team championship loads with his brother Devon. Well, someone who used to be his brother, Devon. And yeah, against some girl's boyfriend, Hollywood star boyfriend. What were TNA thinking when they put Smash together? Bully Ray beats him up for a bit. I guess he actually gets a few punches, and then Bully Ray just hits the bully cutter, and that's the end of that. Kenny King beats RVD with a roll up using the ropes. So next week on Championship Thursday, he might get a match. I'm not sure, but he's pinned it was a non-title match. I might stress, but so he might get a match next week on Championship Thursday. After that, it was the Aries comes out saying it was him. He didn't follow the rules. The reason he did it because he was angry because he didn't get paid to beat up the Ace and Eights by Hulk Hogan, but still they have to get paid to beat up Bobby Roode and Jeff Hardy. So Jeff Hardy comes out saying, "This is my business, and if you wanted a championship match, you should just ask for one." And Austin was like laughing his head off. So then after that, Jeff Hardy challenges him to a match next week on Championship Thursday. These are gonna be jam-packed. You think at this stage, this is gonna be a jam-packed Championship Thursday. X Division, knockouts, television, and heavyweight championship on the line. However, he says, "Do you want this, the fans?" And they're all like, "Yeah, we want this," and stuff. Because they're not so sure at the start. And then Jeff Hardy seems to say, "You want this, don't you?" And then they start cheering for it. So yeah, and then he says, "Well, I don't do what other people want." So I'm not really sure if he's gonna accept it or not. It was kind of confusing at that point, but so we might see Aries versus Hardy next week, but we also might not. So don't get your hopes up if you're an Aries fan or a Hardy fan for that matter. So that is the end of the TNA 13th of December review. It was a decent thing. There's a lot of new matches. I'm pretty impressed. 8 out of 10 I've given it. Best match of the night has got to be King vs RVD. A good match. I like the X Division matches. They're always good. They're always good, solid matches. You never really get rubbish X Division matches. They're normally pretty good and solid. So, yeah, I was pretty impressed. I would keep going with the X Division feud between King and RVD. It's going pretty well. I'm not sure if Roode's gonna get another title shot. Maybe not. Surprised with the Storm Hardy relationship. But we'll just have to see where that goes. So, thanks for listening to my review. Please like, subscribe. I will be doing this more often every week. TNA Impact. I also do Raw and SmackDown reviews and every wrestling pay-per-view. So please do tune into my TLC pay-per-view results video, which I will be posting soon after TLC. If you want to see it straight away, please subscribe. But apart from that, I'll see you guys later. See ya.